What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Hollywood, checking in from the Chit Chat podcast for a special edition in the City Magazine here with Mr. Ray Daniels. So excited for you to be here, man. I have spent the last week just really diving into who Ray Daniels is. So what an honor it is for me to be here. Shout out to In the City Magazine for having me here.
Magazine too.
So let's get into it real quick before we even talk about Ray Daniels, the music executive. Now we're gonna get into all that. I know y'all want to know all about that, but you came from someplace, right?
Yeah.
You have a beginning, a start. So let's talk a little bit about Ray Daniels. But before we do that, I want to make sure I hit everything. The father, the music executive, the motivational teacher, the advisor, the cultural referee, the community leader, the friend, the brother, Mr. Ray Daniels. Where did it start for you? Where does this start? In Atlanta?
New York City.
New York City, okay.
But the seeds were planted in New York, but the flower didn't even begin to grow until Atlanta. So that's why I give Atlanta so much credit.
Okay, absolutely. Okay. Now, what part you say? New York City?
The Bronx.
Okay, Bronx. Okay.
Bronx.
Shout out to the BX.
Patterson Project.
Yeah. Oh, project.
Oh yeah, I'm from this is not an act I'm making up. I come from something that made me be this person I am.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so you get to Atlanta, right? It's what time of the year is it? 80s, 90s?
91.
90. Okay, 90s. And Atlanta, the music scene is crazy back then, right?
Well, not really. It wasn't crazy as much as it was just own thing.
Yeah.
I remember the thing I loved the most about Atlanta when I visited, when I moved down here it was like it's like in New York, we are the epicenter of the world. Right. So if we were listening to Dougie Fresh, we knew the world was listening to Dougie Fresh. We were listening to Rakim, even though, like he was right around the corner, like you know what I mean? Like it was like they were the epicenter of what was happening in black music. So, New York, it wasn't like, I'm not gonna say like celebrities was nothing to us, but in New York, like the celebrities that we saw, we knew that they were celebrities all around the country.
Yeah.
Right. And in Atlanta, you don't know that.
Right.
So, when I came to Atlanta, I'm thinking that they're going to be down here playing, New York stuff like we was doing. They were playing Atlanta stuff, Kilo, Raheem. It wasn't. And then, it wasn't until 94 when Outkast came. And that's kind of when the face came and really put a mark on it, 93, 94. But when I moved to 91, it was just a local, beautiful city, man.
Yeah. So is that what inspired you? Because I mean, of all the things you can do, did you come to Atlanta to do music?
No, I came. Okay. I came to Atlanta when I was 12. I was a kid.
Okay. So you were young.
Yeah.
And then, so what inspired you to just be like, you know what? I like the music scene.
It wasn't that. Somebody that I went to high school with basically approached me and was like, this is as adults. I'm 22 years old.
Okay.
Like, yo, Ray, I got something I'm doing. You think you can help me with it? And I didn't know what it was. It's like somebody walking up to you saying, yo, I remember you from school.
Right.
Can you come talk to me? And he asked me to come to his house. Went to his house. He lived in this cottage in the middle of the woods, like no heating, no AC. And, I remember he used to have to cut wood, but he was a really talented guy. And, he asked me to help him because he said when we were kids, every time I spoke, people listened. So he was like, why don't you speak about what I'm doing and maybe we can make some money. And that was like, at that time, I was actively searching for my purpose, my reason.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that somebody asked me to help him. And I was like, well, maybe this is what God want me to do.
Right.
So I just kind of went into it head first, making almost a deal with God. Like, what if this is what me to do? I'm not going to cheat it. I'm going to give it my best. And here I am.
Wow. And here you are. And so just really going back to, so this music executive, I know you've got so much right now going on. You got Double XL. Congratulations, by the way, just on the board of Double XL magazine. That's huge. I just saw you at the Grammys. On the stage, T-Ron Thompson.
Yeah, Thomas.
Now I looked. What song was it? It was something.
No, it was Songwriter of the Year.
Songwriter of the Year.
It was a collective of songs.
Okay.
So I think the song we did. So the Lil Durk, J. Cole.
Yeah.
We did that. So
Tyler, something with Tyler.
We did it like it's funny because I don't watch my work. I think it's my gift, and I also think it's slightly been a curse. I don't really watch my work. So if people come talk to me about what I'm doing, I don't know how to explain what is, because the way all I'm focused on is this interview.
Right.
You know, like my head is always where I'm at. You know what I mean? So like I don't. If I did something yesterday or last week, that was last week. Today I'm focused on today. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, we won Songwriter of the Year. So yeah, it's been a pretty good year, 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now gracing the cover of In the City magazine.
Yeah.
Shout out, I mean, just congratulations. I mean, like you said, 2024 is rocking, right? I mean, gracing the cover.
I just got on the cover. We just landed Billboard's hip hop power players 2024 last week, so we landed that too.
Yeah.
So
congratulations.
It's good.
That's big. That's big, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's good to get recognition.
Yeah.
You know, it. Don't buy into it too much.
Right.
Always appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's someone celebrating you for what you did.
Yeah.
Not who you are.
Right.
So you got to keep doing every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo, man, you drop so many gems all the time. I got to get into these quotes. Right. Like I said, I've been watching you, and just what you just said, just such a bombshell. But couple things that you said that really stuck with me. One of them I don't even have written down, so I hope that I say it correctly. But
it's okay.
But dope sells is
self.
MF is self.
Yep.
That is the most, because I'm sure you have people coming up to you, right, all the time, like, yo, I'm dope, check me out. And what you don't realize is that if you're dope,
you don't have to say check
you don't have to say it. That is so powerful.
Yeah.
So like, is that the case? Have you had that experience where people
that's the only way I know. That's the only way I've ever seen people win.
Yeah.
That's basically saying stop playing the fanfare and stop playing for the crowd and play for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're playing for the crowd, you're gonna always be mad when the crowd don't give it to you. But if you're playing for yourself, it doesn't matter what the crowd boos, they can yell. It doesn't matter because you know what your purpose is. So that's really what it is. Dope sells itself. And if your stuff if it ain't selling, it might not be dope.
It may not be as dope as you think.
That's what we don't like to hear.
Right.
You know, like they always speak about like Alicia Keys was dropped or 50 Cent was dropped. Well, that was a different version of them.
Right.
That was a different version of them. That was a version of them that believed in everything.
Yeah.
The drop version of them is the version that's like anything can happen.
Yeah.
Which means I'm taking control now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The experience is what makes you great. It's not, they didn't drop you because you were great. The experience made you great. Right. And that's why it works.
And that's how it is. Don't know your worth, show your worth.
Yes. A lot of people, a lot of us, I don't know where the chatter comes from. It doesn't feel to me like a masculine thing for a man to say, I know my worth. Like, I don't think a man, like, you should show it.
Right.
That's what men do. Men do it. So, for me, like, people will come in, everybody's waiting for someone to give them value. So you might say to yourself, I'm $1 million host, right? And it's like,
absolutely.
you're just waiting for one person to give you $1 million. So you can say, I told you. But if you really believe that, you didn't need that $1 million to fit. Let's say I told you. You knew you was that.
Move accordingly.
You just was like, finally somebody caught up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's really what it is. So,
Right. Yeah, definitely. That's powerful.
Thank you.
Look, that's powerful. All right. Radar management. I was on your site and I saw a quote that you guys had on there. You talk about why you guys are so successful as a management entertainment company. And I want to make sure I read it so I get it word for word, but it's, we really don't miss because we aim for who you are.
We aim, So, a lot of people in this music business, it's like certain people have a sound. So like people like Pharrell, Dre, they have signature sounds. When you go to see them, you're going to see them for their sound.
Yeah.
And to see what their sound and you can do.
Yeah.
But that's rare. Other songwriters and producers, they're just servicemen. Like your Chick-fil-A. If they like shopping with you, they'll keep shopping with you. If they don't like shopping with you, they won't shop with you no more. So, you know, when artists, when people send artists to see big writers and producers, this is how it goes. Ms.Hollywood, right?
Yeah,
Ms. Hollywood,
absolutely.
okay. Ms.Hollywood, I got a record for you.
Okay.
It's called Ms.Hollywood. That's your song. And you're like, you're new. You're just happy to be in a room with me.
Absolutely.
And you're like, you almost feel pressure to take the song. Right? So, mind you, you might take it. It might work. But you might not have liked the experience. So you might not go back shopping with them. Yeah, I got a hit from you, but I don't like how you made me feel.
Yeah.
So what I always said was that I'm only here for you.
Yeah.
So I want to give you the record you want. I want to make sure you get the feelings you want because I want you to continuously shop with me.
Yeah.
So that's been like, by the way, and we was doing that in a time when no one was doing it, right? And where all you had to do, you could just be a name and call your shot. And I was like, something's wrong with that.
Yeah.
Something's wrong about that. The artists control everything. So I was like, let's just make sure the artist. So whether you're Beyonce or you're no Beyonce, I'm gonna treat you like you're the greatest artist on earth, and I'm gonna give you my best because all I'm doing is adding to what you have. I'm not trying to bring you to Ray's world. I'm coming to your world saying, oh, that's dope. All you need to do is a little bit of that. And now that's why I said we don't miss because we're not aiming for anything but you. If it don't feel like you, authentic to you, then it's not gonna work. Like we have rules in the studio. Like when I'm working with artists, I'm like, after you, especially when you sing, I'm like, all right, say the lyric, say it now. Don't sing it, say it. Does it feel natural, right? So when you, even though like when you hear, I mean, I hate to go there because he's no, okay, I'll go another way. Usher Confessions. This is my confessions. Just when I thought I was doing good, the chick on the side said she got one on the way. Right? That don't sound like a song I'm singing.
Right.
That sound like I'm telling
I'm
confessing
you what's going on.
I just put it in the form of a song.
Right.
So yeah, so you know, it's just little things that you do in the song making process that gives the artist a closeness to it and also gives the world what they wanted from that artist.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, listen, we are going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll talk about the music executive. We're going to talk about just some other things I want to know. Ray's got a lot going on, especially here in the city of Atlanta. So don't y'all go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Whoa. Wait. Your magazine is moving.
Yeah, you just caught the new technology by Art Emerge. This is the brand new cover of In the City magazine featuring Killer Mike, and Art Emerge has made it so that the artwork comes to life. All you have to do is download Art Emerge on your phone, and you can see the In the City magazine come to life.
Oh my God. In the City magazine.
The one and only.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Ms. Hollywood. We are back in this thing, back from break, ready to get back into it, here with Mr. Ray Daniels, the culture referee. Now let's get into that. Who did somebody give you that name? Or okay, so what was going on to where somebody said, you know what?
It was Kasim Reed.
Okay.
We was at a dinner, like after an event, and I was arguing with Shaka Zulu about who was the most powerful black man in America. And I was saying Jay-Z and Shaka was saying Barack. And Kasim was just like, I know for a fact it's Barack. Like very like, I know for a fact, there's no doubt in my mind it's Barack. You just said that. And he was like, man, but like you're just unafraid to argue in front of people. Like you just are unafraid. And to be honest with you, I heard everything he said, but I still meant what I meant. You know what I mean? So he was like, man, you're like a culture referee. Like that need to be your name. Like you're just never afraid to speak on all. You have a stance on all forms of our culture. Like you're not just the guy that's like, oh, I don't care. You always have something to say. So you should be the ref in this culture. So that's why Kasim Reed, and shout out to Kasim.
Shout out to former mayor of
Kasim
Atlanta, Reed.
Kasim Reed,
Definitely. Music executive. Such a powerful position to be in.
Yes.
Right? I feel like a lot of people, when they come to Ray, it's like essentially their lives are in your hands. You know, your level of pushing them determines, you know, how well they're gonna be in life. What drives your motivation behind just doing the very best that you can for the artist that you?
Well, you know, I always say that. I always say, you know, people always say like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm the person. You know, when somebody's praying to meet the right person, I'm that person. So I do my best to honor that gift that I feel like God has placed me in. Where it's like, if I can give you information, I will. I don't hold information back. I do my best to try to motivate people. I'm always positive. You know what I mean? Like, so you know, when I meet an artist, I'm always focused on, you know, like who they are, what they want to accomplish, and how much of them I know they're gonna have to lose or change to win. Like, I've won, and winning is ugly.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's I'm saying that it's black and white. It doesn't have emotions. It's not like the right person wins. Right. It's like in the person that prepared the most won, the person that did the job the most won. So when I meet a lot of artists, it's kind of like I'm really just trying to figure out, do they have the mentality to embrace change? Because if they don't, they're gonna have a hard life.
Yeah.
This shit is trial and error.
Yeah.
There's a camera in front of us now. They might like us in this outfit. They might not. We might have to come back with different outfits.
Right.
Just being honest, like it's just they might have to shoot us another way.
Right.
Everything is about saying, how can I make this better?
Yeah.
I saw Will Smith he did this video on Instagram, and he posted it, and he said something. It was so powerful. He said that someone asked him about a movie he was working on, and he told them he's 90% done. And they said, good. That means you have 50% more work to do. And what he was saying is that the work between 0 and 9 is the first 50%. Like, but at that 90 to 100, that's a different version of you. That's changing. That's paying attention. That's realizing that's not going to work anymore. That version of me, like I kill versions of myself monthly almost. Like that version of Ray not going to work anymore. You can't be that guy anymore. Because that guy is not going to work for where you're going. So when I'm working with artists, it's like the first thing you got to do when you build an artist is you got to figure out the most important thing with an artist is A&R direction. So we got to figure out, who are you?
Right.
And who are we talking to? Right. And A&R direction just means if I place a conflict or I place a subject in the middle, how you will go at it, right? Like, so some women, for example, you might like, so I'll give you an example. So when Beyonce's in love, you tell Beyonce you love Beyonce, response is, if you like me, then put a ring on, right? That's her direction. That's who she is,
That's
right?
Right.
That's the character she plays.
Yeah.
Adele's character would say, go easy on me.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but go easy on me. The
Yeah.
same sentiment, like they both just standing in their truth. It's just one says, nigga, if you serious, come on. And one says, if you serious, go easy on me. Right? Same concept though.
Yeah.
So when you work with an artist, the first thing I'm trying to figure out is, how can I sell you to an audience? What is it about you that the audience doesn't like? Right? The audience, no matter how much we try to make it what we want to make it, the audience picks what they want to pick for whatever reason. Like, there's some people that's like, why Donald Trump? Why Donald Trump? Why? There's a reason why an audience picks him.
Yeah.
I stand in the middle of, like, I might not like why they picked him, but I want to learn why. I want to know why, because it might not be a bad thing. I might just be seeing the bad thing.
Right.
And I'm focused on the bad, but they might see something else. Right. So when you're taking an artist out, the most important thing is direction. Where are we going? Who are you? Like, I love my partner Chassie sit right here. Like I come in the office, no matter what time you come in the office, if she's in the office, you're gonna see a black love story. I call it shea butter black film playing.
Yeah.
All day.
Oh, yeah.
That's an audience. That's like, Chassie was in the office today and I played Deion Farrell's Hopeless. And she just came in our office and started. It's like she took a 5-minute break to sing. That's because that song was made for people like her.
Yeah.
See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you're working with an artist, it's like, who are we making music for?
Yeah.
And what do they want to hear?
Yeah.
Some people want to hear bullshit. Some people want to hear, tell me I'm perfect.
Right.
Some people don't. It just depends on how you want to attack it.
Right.
So that's when I say I don't miss, when I say everything, like, I'm not being arrogant. I'm just saying, scientifically speaking, what I'm saying makes sense, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It's like when you open up a restaurant. You don't open up a restaurant and say, who's the audience? Nigga, are we charging burgers? We selling fries? We selling tacos?
Right.
We know who the, you know what I mean? We ain't just saying what
Absolutely.
y'all want.
Right.
Oh, y'all want fried chicken? We can do it.
Right.
Oh, you want stewed chicken now? We can do that. It's like you at the mercy of what they want.
What they want.
You gotta just tell them like this is what it is, and either they gonna like it or they not.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
Sorry to be so long with it.
No, listen. Like one of the things I admire about you for real is that there's so many. I feel like people that sugarcoat or pacify or kind of downplay the reality sometimes. And I think for somebody who has seen what we're all trying to see, to give us what the reality is, so they may not even, just by knowing the truth, you may not be like, I actually want to go in a different direction, as opposed to thinking a specific reality, going in that direction. Like, well, you could have told me before I got here,
Yeah, for
sure. So I'm with you. In the grand scheme of being a music executive, there's a lot of chatter going around. I really want to get your take on it. The Super Bowl, the halftime show.
Oh, okay.
Some people feel that, of course it's in New Orleans, that, I mean, without a question, a second of a doubt, that, Lil Wayne should have that spot. And other people feel that Kendrick is in the position and he's earned it. So as a music executive, what side are you standing on and why?
So here's what I would say. This is a huge challenge that our community is going to have. We think our narrative is the only one that matters when it comes to us. We want you to see us how we want you to see us. And that doesn't work because we don't see other races how they want us to see them. We see them for what we see them for, right?
Absolutely.
So, when people want to create the narrative that it should have been Wayne's, it only should have been Wayne because it was New Orleans' turn. But it might have just been New Orleans' turn.
Yeah.
Not Lil Wayne is not New Orleans, and New Orleans ain't Lil Wayne,
Exactly.
So I hate that it was so blown out of proportion when Lil Wayne had to do a video. Lil Wayne don't even talk.
Right.
Let alone do a video saying I was hurt.
Right.
I hate that was a narrative.
Right.
But I think the win is, I think nobody deserved it this year more than Kendrick.
Nobody.
And I think that if Kendrick is smart, as I think he is, he's going to somehow make Lil Wayne a part.
Absolutely.
So everybody wins.
Yeah, so it's a win-win situation. So
what I don't understand is that why wouldn't Wayne just get to Smoothie King Arena, which is right next door to where the Super Bowl going to be, and do a show Saturday before Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And just do a show, like show them your power.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull from every event y'all got going on. I'm going to do my own thing. I just don't get why we don't do that. It's like we'd rather be mad than do something about it.
Yeah.
Stop getting, it's like it goes back to know your worth, show your worth. Okay, Wayne, you know you're worth the Super Bowl. You should show it though.
Right.
Kendrick showed it this year that he was worth it. Like
Absolutely.
He went against a giant and he slayed him. So who deserves it more than him?
Yeah.
And by the way, what rap song deserves it more than him?
Yeah. I agree, man. Like people, like you said, we need to. It's more sides to it than just what we feel and what we think is a.
We gotta look at it's always big business, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta just open your brain.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. And what a way for Kendrick to end. He's already had the biggest year already. The marching band's coming back. They all playing his music now, so they reviving the song from the summer, like and then he's gonna start top of 25 off and just maybe be the end of it. But either way, I mean, I think nobody's more deserving than him. So
yeah.
And sometimes we can't be afraid as a culture to kind of check each other on that and be like, listen, we understand how y'all feel, but y'all gotta take y'all feelings out of it, right? One of the things I remember I told you I wanted to get back to this quote, and I know you said if I don't remember paraphrasing, I want to do that. But you said I was given I stuck to the character and it worked out for me.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about what I'm just curious what you meant by that when you said that.
Well, I mean, we all are figments of our own imagination.
Right.
Some of us just dream bigger than others.
Yeah.
Like the clothes you put on,
Yeah.
you dress yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like, and don't get me wrong, you could be poor. Just because you poor don't mean your clothes have to be clean.
Right.
Because you poor don't mean that your clothes don't have to be nice. You know what I mean? Like, fashionable, right?
Right.
You know, so for me, you know, we all the characters. I just committed to one character and it worked for me. Like, you're a character right now. Like,
Absolutely.
like I said before, every month I kill off different parts of me to let
different
new
versions
parts
of
grow.
Yeah.
Because that's what the character needs. It's like I watch a movie that I live every day, and it's like, what should the character do? What would the character do? What do the character do? Like, we're all stars of our own movie.
Yeah.
I just know that I'm in my own, and I do it the way I want to do it. So when I say I committed to the character, I write down who I am.
Yeah.
Like there's other versions of me.
Yeah.
I just buried it down, or it's like that version is not needed right now.
Yeah.
You don't need to be that guy anymore. Right now, you need to be this guy, because that guy and this guy, politics are going to clash. And who politics matter more? You got to ask yourself that.
Yeah.
So that's what I do every day.
Yeah.
Simple.
Okay, real quick. Speaking of politics, I've been watching your channel, and I see that you've had Rizza Islam on the God Show. Has that interview come out yet? Okay, it came out. Okay, it came out. And then 19 people, like 19 keys on there.
This week we have Cicely Gay.
Cicely Gay, okay.
So she's the head of the Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, because I feel like, you know, a lot of times as Black people say, oh, we should vote Democrat. And you made an interesting point. I was watching an interview that you did, and you said that you know, you were talking about Barack, and you were saying, like, you know, we fell in love with the love story of it, and it was less about, because you're like, because I don't know nothing he did other than Obamacare. And I sat back like, you know what?
Yeah. Like, we don't, I mean, we know he did something, but we don't know.
Right. Absolutely.
We just, what he did more than anything was he showed us that if you commit to the character, you can become the president. We didn't know that was possible as Black people until he did it. So
and now we know.
Now we know.
And so, and so in terms of people who are, you know, still out here trying to make up their mind, you know, about which way to go, I mean, what advice would you give them? Because I know, you know, you don't say vote for Trump, like, you know, endorse you, like, they're vote for Kamala or whatever. But in terms of them making up their mind, what advice would you give them
on politics?
Just on voting, period. You know, it's such a, you know, it's so much pressure to vote. And so, you know,
don't vote for yourself. Vote for other people. Do the work yourself. I don't vote for myself. I vote for the people in my life. Like, I vote for the women in my life. You know, I vote for the kids in my life. I don't vote for myself, because I just know that it's on, I'm like, you know how you say I'm harsh?
Yeah.
I'm not harsh. I just know what my role is.
Right.
It's like, when your role is to lead as a man, you can't worry about how people feel. Like, that's not what daddy does. Mommy made sure you was comfortable and are you okay? Daddy was like, get the fuck up and try. That's what daddy does, right? So when you know, if you know your troops, the troops you care about are going in the wrong direction, you care about making them feel good about how you telling them the right direction.
Yeah.
Y'all about to die if y'all keep going over there. I'm telling y'all, go over here. I'm not gonna pet you and make you comfort
make you feel comfortable.
I want you to know the truth.
Yeah.
Because that's how I got here. Like, I'm from nothing. I'm not supposed to be nothing. Nothing. Like, if you see my teacher said, what is he gonna be? They probably will write nothing. Or I don't know, which is just as good as nothing. I had to pick my fate. I had to pick the direction I want in my life. I had to pick it. I had to say this is what it is and go for it. I had to become someone else that I knew I had to be for the world to see, to get what I wanted, and I got it. The character worked.
Character worked. Look, here we are. Real quick before we get out of here, the father.
Okay.
I watched the interview. You were talking about how first of all, you had this little cute little dance you was doing with your daughter. I thought that was so cute and just such a real positive image just for young girls.
Yeah.
To see that you're not afraid, you're secure in your manhood to where you can have a moment that probably meant everything to your daughter. The fact that you practiced with her, took that time and then recorded it and put it on your page. You said having a daughter made you see things different, made you a little softer.
Changed the whole way I saw the world.
Yeah.
The world, when you have a son, it's my son is my oldest, you kind of preparing him to almost be part 2 of you.
Mm.
So you preparing him for all the good, the bad, the ugly, what people gonna say, what they not gonna say, how he needs to know it's different. My daughter, I just want the world to be nice to her. Like I don't want her to deal with that. So it made me become like almost nicer to the world because it was like I can't ask the world for something that I'm not willing to give it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like I'm gonna just be nice to everybody, and you know, my daughter she changed me, man. Like it just lets you know that you don't have no control.
Yeah.
You don't have no control. All you can do as a man is love and provide and protect and teach. But I mean, all of those are like words coming out your mouth and maybe once in the blue action. Like most of it is just showing and leading and doing. So
Right. Showing and leading and doing sounds like a legacy to me. What before we get out of here, what would you like for your legacy to be? As Ray Daniels wraps up this thing in 60, 70, 80 years.
It's this movie called Pleasantville.
Okay.
And it's a movie that starts off in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
The entire movie is in black and white.
Okay.
And all the characters are black and white. Everything's black and white. And this lady comes to town, and she's in color. And everybody's looking at her, trying to figure out like, why does she look different than them? She's different. And everything she touched, or everything she affected, turned into color. And by the end of the movie, the whole movie was in color. That's what my legacy would be. I just want this shit to be colorful after it's gone. I want it to be like Ray was here, he made it better. That's what I want. Everybody I touched, I want to be able to have left a lasting impression that hopefully gave them something that they needed that time to get through what they was going through.
Yeah.
That'll probably be it.
Yeah. Listen, the state of hip hop is in good hands. Listen, Mr. Ray Daniels, we appreciate you so much. Continued success to you.
Thank you.
For 2024. I know you got a lot going on. Make sure you guys, real quick before we get out of here, what's your social media?
At Ray Daniels.
Yeah.
Instagram, you know, join my community.
Yeah.
Join my community, watch the God Show.
Yeah.
And stay tapped in because you know, I'm trying to offer value.
Yeah.
Like none other right now. That if my team will tell you that, like before we go into anything, I'm always like, what do they get from this?
Yeah.
What are we giving the people for them showing up? Like what's the experience they get that they can't get nowhere else that makes them want to come back?
Yeah.
That's more important to me than anything.
Yeah. Listen, shout out to you, Ray Daniels.
Thank you.
Continued success. Listen, In the City Magazine, we appreciate you guys. The cover reveal is on the way. We appreciate this opportunity. Ms. Hollywood signing out. Peace.